Wrestling fans, thanks for clicking today's Strategy Bros report. Let me give you an update on Ric Flair. You know, he was scheduled to appear at Raw last night, and he was in the arena in Philadelphia since mid-afternoon, just kind of messing around, and Flair was described as not looking healthy, and F4W Online reports that he was taken to the hospital, and reports that now Flair had left Philadelphia and was heading to his Charlotte hospital. And in the update, it's noted he was sent home from Raw yesterday after doctors took a look at the same leg that he had a blood clot in back in January. And the incident prevented Flair from wrestling for All Japan Wrestling, which went on last, what was it? I think about a month ago he went over there. I got my camera a little off center here. What the hell's going on here? There. Oh, anyway, one person who saw Flair over the weekend said he wasn't looking all that good and was limping real badly. So WWE officials, they've been concerned over Flair's health recently, and even before Raw. That's why they won't, let him, do any wrestling. And so, they hold him because he's retired, and Shawn Michaels retired him and stuff. But Flair was scheduled last night to be involved in the Legends segment where John Cena and Rock ended up, at the end of last night's Raw, but Booker T took his place. Got a little more on that later. WWE shop website's now selling a 48-inch Damien Sandow robe for $69.99. It's a bathrobe. I don't want it because I don't take baths. I take showers. WWE released a new t-shirt for Jack Swagger. I don't know what the t-shirt did, but it's been released. Future endeavors to it, I guess. Kurt Angle is currently on the Superstar Spotlight on WWE's website. Michael Cole noted on Twitter the former NFL coach John Gruden will be on this week's episode of the JBL and Cole Show. If anybody watches that, let me know. Stephanie McMahon retweeted a Washington Post opinion about Supreme Court gay rights and Defense of Marriage Act, which is DOMA, it's called, Defense of Marriage Act, this morning. She commented, she said people should be free to marry who they love. All I can say is, duh. Word at Raw last night, AJ Lee and Caitlyn is up for the Diva title and will likely take place at WrestleMania. Talk is that WWE has dropped the idea of turning Layla heel and the idea of doing an 8 Diva match at the big event. PWI Insiders reported that, I was telling you about Ric Flair, he was booked for 3 Raw episodes and likely was building towards something at WrestleMania. Flair was booked for last night's show, of course, in Philadelphia, and no word yet why he says here whether creative plans have changed or not. Although don't know whether he'll be back on next week's episode. I hope he is. I know you can't let those blood clots go do any traveling. Happy birthday to former tag team champion Mike Mondo, 30 years old, which I think he's over in Ring of Honor now. He did have a broken leg there for a while, and I think he's probably should be healed from that. And he was champion for a while, but he was in Spirit Squad a little. Anyway, and Sylvain Grenier, 36 years old. And there's a lot of people upset with the WWE champion The Rock not promoting WWE or WrestleMania during his media appearances last week. And the reason Rock didn't do that is for WWE is because appearances were set up through the studio that produced G.I. Joe, and that's all that he was there to promote. Now WWE wants to promote, have him run around, they're going to have to pay him. But and when WWE promotes G.I. Joe, believe me, they got paid for it. They're not just doing it for the heck of it. And regarding G.I. Joe Redemption, entertainment industry reports that the movie needs a lot of promotion right now because they're heading into a huge opening weekend to make any money. And it's considered not a good film. And the reason it's was pushed back from 2012 to now is because they wanted to convert it to a 3D movie to make it a little more appealing. And congratulations are in order for Matt Hardy and Reba Sky. Word going around is that the two got engaged today. Oh, well, so love is in bloom. And it was announced on last night's Raw that Fandango and Jericho is now officially on for 2013 WrestleMania 29. WrestleMania opponents Ryback and Mark Henry, they're going to be competing in a weightlifting competition on this Friday's SmackDown, which I think, if it's legit, I would love to see what those suckers can bench press. And I would like to see even Big Show in on it. Pre-sale code for Money in the Bank pay-per-view July 14th is going up for sale. It's going to be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The pre-code is WWE Money. Former MLB star John Kirk and rock band Bad Religion, they were visiting Raw on Monday. Ricardo Rodriguez says he'll be at WrestleMania 29 despite the storyline injury. I did say storyline, didn't I? Okay. So my legs may be weak and I may not be able to move as fast, but my voice is strong, which I think he's wrong on, the way I heard him last night. And my heart will take me forever. I will be at WrestleMania. Steve Austin tweeted the following update about his new podcast on Monday. He says, heading to the studio to record 2 podcasts. Podcasts will start airing in 1 to 2 weeks, building up a few before I head to Mexico. So stay tuned. As noted before, Matt Hardy and Reba Sky, they're engaged. Reba tweeted the following photo, which shows her and Matt together. It's on YouTube. And they just look so darling. She's a doll. Oh, he's a dummy. This weekend's final live event before WrestleMania 29, and heading in to that's going to be Shield taking on Sheamus, Orton, Cena on the Raw side, and Swagger and Big Show taking on Ryback and Del Rio on the SmackDown side. Which I thought Big Show would change to a face, but maybe not. And there's nothing to the rumor that Sergeant Slaughter, which I think I mentioned something about this a long time ago, had a role in line up for the new G.I. Joe movie with The Rock before being replaced by Bruce Willis. No drafts for Sergeant Slaughter for G.I. Joe 2 scripts that have went around featured Slaughter in any way at all. So I don't know. Slaughter probably started it. Champion Rock tweeted the following to John Cena after last night's Raw. He says, welcome John Cena to the rock bottom. Population 1, enjoy your stay. And tonight's SmackDown and main event tape is going to be taking place at the Giant Center, Hershey, Pennsylvania. I just had some kisses a little while ago. I don't know why they call them kisses, because they don't. Anyway, The Rock is scheduled for tonight's show, but as of me telling you this, Cena's not. Chris Jericho and The Shield, they're advertised for tonight's taping. And Mark Henry versus Ryback, and of course the weightlifting thing has been announced too. WWE's doing their Raw pre-game show with Matt Striker on the WWE app this week, beginning at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And the segment on last night's pre-game featured R-Truth answering fan questions. And Truth mentioned that the Harlem Shake is one dance move that all of the WWE stars like to do. And it sounds like Truth is referring to the original Harlem Shake, not the recent deal. Word a month ago or so that WWE planned to do one large, huge Harlem Shake inside WrestleMania 29. And we'll see if that goes. They're trying to get into the record book or something. And that should be a record by itself, trying. While it appears Vicky Guerrero, she wasn't at last night's Raw, she did appear backstage in the segment with Ryback on WWE app. Ryback begged her to feed him 3 people, which led to the squash on MP3, 3 MB. I didn't call him MP3, it would have been better. WWE diva Caitlyn also appeared on the WWE app with Matt Striker last night before the match with AJ Lee. Striker asked if she thinks AJ wants her diva title. Caitlyn said no, it's just personal. And noted before how WWE is in negotiations with former divas to return to WrestleMania 29, but we won't probably likely see any of them because the two sides couldn't come to a contractual agreement. And as reported, some of the divas WWE pushed forward was Maria Kanellis, who to be taken out of WrestleMania match plans. But word now is the former diva who was in negotiation to return are the ones that pushed for Maria to be taken out of the plans. Burn a bridge somewhere. No word yet which diva requested it, but apparently they were upset at some comments after she made after leaving WWE. I don't know if she said anything about Cena sleeping around with some of the girls, or I can't remember now. With SummerSlam pretty much a sellout over the weekend, recent Raw sellouts and great live event attendances are kind of up, I guess, and WWE feels that they are about to strike a really hot time period. WrestleMania usually is. Hey, thank you guys for clicking. I gotta go.